Alright, we're back at it. We're in a new truck. We are in a Western Star. Made it look like Optimus Prime with the paint job. Thought it looked pretty nice. So, we are halfway done with our World of Trucks event, and I could not get a load coming out of Alexandria that was over 100 miles. So I ended up fast traveling to Lafayette, and we are picking up a load here at Apex Steel. So we're going to head over there. We're going to be hauling some iron pipes. So we're here at a truck stop. In Lafayette. I just fast traveled here. I didn't drive. They're in an 18-speed manual transmission. Keeping that. And some big news. You guys will see when we get this delivery done, is we now have another World of Trucks event going on, and that is the Winter Wonderland event. It's that time of year again. I'm not going to be doing any of those deliveries in this video or as part of this mini-series. That'll be its own little thing. Just because of how it pans out. It's kind of being a separate thing. Plus, I want to get my mods working. If we're going to be driving in Winter Wonderland, I want to be driving the rest of the world, the rest of the map in snow weather, at least winter weather. So we're going to save that for probably next week. This week I want to finish up this. I wanted to also, I haven't had a chance to get into Euro Truck Simulator yet. Do the Nordic Horizons. Just been pretty busy. So maybe we'll get a chance to do that next couple days here. That one might be a, I was thinking about possibly doing a live stream of that actually. So by the time you're seeing this, well, I guess if you're seeing this video, it might be today. If you're seeing this later on, it'll probably already have happened, because I'm recording this video today. I'm going to try to get the rest of this Cruising Louisiana done, recorded for you guys, and then after that, I'll end up doing a live stream of the Nordic Horizons and Euro Truck Simulator 2. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the Winter Wonderland. I might do kind of like what I'm doing with this, but I might just do 2 episodes. Be kind of a bit longer of episodes, so it should be fine. I believe it's 12 deliveries. I could look, but not right now. But I also, oh, I sold it. Forgot to put the clutch in. I'm also looking at using a different truck for the Winter Wonderland. I'm looking at using a modded truck. Haven't done that in a while. So I think we might do that. SDS has been pretty busy as far as DLCs and World of Trucks events. Looks like our pickup is going to be right down the road here. Horrible time to take a sip of my coffee. Horrible time. On other news, we are, at the time of recording this episode, we are 15 subscribers away from reaching 1,000 subscribers. That is a huge milestone here on the channel, because that once we hit 1,000, that is the magic number where we have become monetized, which is every YouTuber's dream, to make money for stuff they do as a hobby. And that's what this is for me. This is a hobby. That's why I don't upload all the time. I try to upload as much as I can, but I work full time. I have a career. A fairly new career that I finally just got into, something I've been wanting to do since I was a little kid, and I finally got that. There's just so much going on all at once, and life gets in the way of doing videos or recording. I have a bunch of stuff that I have to edit yet. I have the House Flipper Halloween event for House Flipper 2, which I have to edit, which that was supposed to come out 2 months ago. That didn't happen. But that's how it is, you know. It's also about finding the right time to do stuff, especially when you're doing it with multiple people, like the House Flipper 2. It was me and my wife. We were doing the video together and trying to coordinate that with working 2 different shifts. And right now I don't have a steady schedule because I'm training. So there's just a lot going on. And it's nice to be able to get into this game and be able to, I almost say, forget about all that stuff. Just drive. We're not hooking into it. There we go. There we got her. Alright. So we're going to be hauling this steel to Monroe, Louisiana. What's our weight? 45,000 pounds, so we're going to be close to about 70. Getting used to that double clutching. I still prefer floating. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's just me, but you guys should let me know in the comments when you're doing these deliveries, these World of Trucks events, in both here in American Truck and in Euro Truck, when the event kind of forces you. I'll roll the window because it's kind of loud. The game kind of forces you to constantly be making these deliveries, going to locations, and you go to, I like to go in sequence. So if I start in a city, I go to the next city, and I like to take a load out of that city or go to a neighboring city, bobtail, and then go from there, right? But when you go to an area and they don't give you the load that's within the limit, say, like for example, this one is 100 miles, and I've got like in Alexandria, where we last left off, I can only find loads that are like 75 miles, 80 miles. I think one was 98, but it's not where I wanted to go either. I wanted to go north, but it wouldn't find a delivery there, and I don't know why the events do that, because it's kind of frustrating. Because either you have to fast travel to the next spot, or you have to bobtail. And I mean, either way it works, but we still have to get a load in Alexandria now, or to Alexandria. That's over 100 miles. But doing it this way, the way we're doing it right now, it's actually a very great way to do these events, because you can get 2 for the price of 1. If you deliver a city and go to a neighboring city over that's under 100 miles, just drive there. If anything, you can take a freight market job. If you really want to take a World of Trucks job, you know, an external market job, you can, but it won't count. So if you just drive there, or if you don't want to waste the mileage and you actually want to haul something, do a freight market job, because you can find something that's pretty decent. It's not going to be super, you know, profitable, but you can do that. And then from there you can take your next load to the next city, if the game lets you. If the market actually will let you take it to where you want to go. And that's what I find it in kind of annoying. It's kept going outside of Louisiana for the longer ones, and we don't want to leave Louisiana. We want to stay in and try to get all these. But it's just like one of those minor things. I mean, it's not like I'm really distraught about it. It's kind of just mildly, very mildly frustrating. But then, say we're doing 10 deliveries, 10 different cities, you only have to do 5. Because when you start doing more and more, it starts to feel like a chore. And when it starts to feel like a chore, at least for me, I start losing interest. And that's what I don't like, especially about a game like this. That's kind of what happened with the Halloween event. Is you had to do like 12 deliveries in and out of that swamp, and it started to feel like a real chore, because you had to go really slow. You couldn't just go through it, and it was really cool the first couple times, but after like the 6th, 7th, 8th time, it's like, okay, I'm getting a little bored of this. I'm getting a little tired, especially when you're trying to record it for you guys. It just starts becoming very mundane. It doesn't matter where you go in the map, because you're always going to the exact same spot in the other world. Don't get me wrong, I'm not I'm very appreciative of what SES does for the World of Trucks event, because it actually is really cool. I really love them. It's very different. Instead of just hauling Halloween candy, you actually are going to a different area, like a magical realm, which is really cool. And same thing with the Winter Wonderland. I really enjoy it. And it's looking at the previews for a trailer on SES's YouTube, they actually have traffic in now, which is even, I'm really surprised. It's all like vintagey traffic too, which is going to be really cool. But I mean, I like that one more than I like the Halloween one. Just because you can go to different areas, there's different things to see. You're not going to the same spot, taking the same route over and over and over and over and over again. So I guess that's why I enjoyed that more than the Halloween one. That's just some minor gripes, but overall, absolutely love the work that SES puts in. I love the new DLCs. Like I said before, I've never been to Louisiana, but I feel like I am driving through the southern part of the United States. I mean, a lot of it kind of blends together as far as like surrounding states. That's, I mean, you'll get that anywhere you go. But still, it's really nice to see. It's nice to feel like you're driving in a new area. Let's slow down to take this. So we're going to be going around Alexandria now. Speed limit of 50, okay. See, like that, right there. Looking at that kind of, oop, didn't mean to touch the mic. Looking at that gave me a little touch of like, okay, I feel like I know where I'm at without actually ever being there. It gives me a sense of a real place. When you're going through the swamp or, you know, in the area by the coast, the Gulf of Mexico, it feels like it, you know what I mean? I really can't wait to see what they do with my home state. Oh, coming a little hot. Or even Illinois. I've been through Illinois multiple times, so I'm very curious to see what they do, especially with the Chicagoland area. I know we're a ways off from that, but see right here, this image right here. From what I've seen on other YouTubers' videos and from real life truckers, this looks like Louisiana. This kind of also looks like Mississippi. Sorry, car, I didn't mean to cut you off. This also kind of looks like a little bit like Mississippi too. So it's kind of in that area. I know we're pretty close to Mississippi border, but it feels much more authentic, which is what I like. You actually kind of feel like you're driving through a different state other than your own. And this is what I feel that the coast to coast map mod lacked. In areas where it was fully developed, it felt okay, I can believe it, but then in between those two areas, it felt very much cookie cutter. Where here everything kind of feels unique. And that's not to, say anything bad about the mod author. They put in a lot of work, mod authors, I should say, to make that, map mod. But the time that I spent with it, I was kind of disappointed for what I got. Now, granted, the mod was free. You don't pay for it. So, but it doesn't replace the actual true thing. Sorry. Hate it when AI traffic does that. I get the whole slow down, move over, but I was coming in hot. And now they won't let me back over in the right lane. Oh, now he will, because he's turning off. Alright, we're in Monroe. And we unlocked an achievement discovering 8 cities. So we discovered 8 out of 10 cities. Now, that doesn't mean we delivered to all of them. This will be 7. Out of 10. About just leaving it 7 high because it looks like we're going to be getting off here. We are. going to be up here on the right. They want us right there. How? They want us right there. I think I know how. It's kind of a pain. Can I pull through this? I should be able to. We're gonna have to do a U-turn. I'm in the opposite way. Kind of a unique spot for us to be parking. Alright. Let's see if I can turn this around. Not having it back up. Oops. That didn't happen. I don't know how else we're supposed to really do this. Could have possibly went that way. There we go. Go. That wasn't bad. Only took 32 minutes, 188 miles. Not bad at all. All right. So as you can see, we got the Woven Wonders of Wonderland event. So, and then we also have the Cruising Louisiana, 7 out of 10. Alright, let's go ahead and check our external contracts. So we are here in Monroe. It's 81 miles. It's a shame. 92 miles. See, why can't it just be a little bit more? It's exactly what I was talking about. And it wants me to go to Arkansas. I mean, Baton Rouge, that's 265. That's a long trip. And we have to go to Alexandria. So that won't work. I mean, I can do this, but we already been to Monroe. So what we're going to do is we're going to, I can't fast travel there. I've never been there before. We're going to go to our world map, and we're just going to huff it over there. While we're here, let's see if we got anything. I don't see one. So we do have a viewpoint in Shreveport, so we might as well head there, check out that, and then pick up a load. We'll do that. Let me take a sip of my coffee and then roll out. I like to run with the parking lights on because it lights up the dash. And we're going to head over to Shreveport. I'm probably butchering the name. If I am, I apologize. But we're going to head over there. Can I get into this left lane? Yes, I can. Red light. So I'll let you guys enjoy the ride as we bobtail over there, and I will see you guys when we get back. That's actually pretty cool. All right. So we're in Shreveport. Let's see what we got. There we go. Now we find one going to Alexandria, 142 miles. So then we can go. We're going to just accept this one because I don't want to back out and then not find it again. So we're going to accept this. It's going to be moving containers. But then we're also going to plan our next delivery right away. So it's not paying a whole lot. But so we're at 7 out of 10. This will put us at 9 out of 10, which is, I'm kind of confused because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's a total of 11. So we only need 10. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to be getting Shreveport and Alexandria, getting those off, which, by the way, I absolutely love this because now it tells you what cities you've been to. Before, in previous World of Trucks events, before they started doing this, it was really hard. I had to write everything down, which is nice. So Shreveport and Alexandria, we're going to get checked off, and then we're going to go to Baton Rouge. So that'll be in next video, after we make our delivery in this. Get over to our left lane here, number 1 lane, and then shame I can't turn. So this video is going to be a bit longer because we're doing 2 deliveries plus bobtail, and then next video will be our finale where we will be going to Baton Rouge and New Orleans. We'll end with New Orleans. It's kind of what I wanted to do. I didn't really want to go to New Orleans right off the bat. I kind of wanted that to be the last thing. But looks like Baton Rouge will be actually the final one for the event, and then we'll get the New Orleans one afterwards, just so we get them all. So 11 cities total here in the Louisiana DLC. Pretty small state, actually. But at least when you compare it to like Texas and some of the other ones. But I'm actually really happy with how SES has captured the essence of Louisiana. I was kind of worried about all of it, but be able to make it work. And I've seen, as I browse the YouTubes of other videos, other creators talking about the issues SES will 100% face. And I know Mark from SES has mentioned this during live streams before. When they start going east, let's say probably, honestly, after Mississippi, then you'll have, right now we have South Dakota coming out. You got British Columbia coming out. So you got Louisiana out now. Illinois is coming out. You're going to have North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania. That's on the northern side. And then New York. And then on the southern side, you're going to have Mississippi, Georgia, Florida. And I think that's all the bigger states. Everything else is going to be smaller. So the issue, what happens is after you get all the big states coming out, you got all these small states, like it's going to pose a significant problem for SES. They're going to probably end up having to change the map scale again for those states, or change the map scale for the entire game again. You could, I don't know, because it's not realistic to do a 1-to-1 scale. I mean, it would be 100% realistic to do a 1-to-1 scale, but it's not practical. Look at Microsoft Flight Simulator. An 8-hour flight will literally take you 8 hours to fly it. Could you imagine doing that here in American Truck Simulator? I mean, for us, a 200-mile trip took us 30 minutes. Could you imagine if that was a real 100-hour or 100-mile drive? So, I know when the game first came out, it was a 1-to-35 scale, and now it's a 1-to-20 scale, roughly 1-to-19. And I'm trying to think what would be the most beneficial. You could do like a 1-to-10 to scale, so a tenth of the distance. So 100 miles would actually be 10 miles. Possibly. I mean, it definitely increases the amount, but then you have to do all of the rework for that. That would be a huge, huge, massive undertaking in order to do that. But when they go east, you know, after you get all the big states, they're going to have to do that in order to incorporate it. Now, they're also, I think, for what it's worth, this is my thoughts behind all that. I think the reason why they did British Columbia is because, one, that territory in Canada is massive. If you look at it on the Google Maps or Google Earth or whatever you use, if you look at it, it is a huge, huge territory, which then gives them plenty of space to work with. Plus, it opens the door to Alaska, because you can then drive through British Columbia. Say you go from Oregon to British Columbia. Let's hook up our trailer. Alright, so you could drive from California from the southern tip of California to through Oregon, through Washington, up to Canada through British Columbia, and then all the way to Alaska. That would be a cool trip, and you wouldn't need mods to do it. That would be actually really, really, really cool. And they've been teasing Canada for a while. They really have been. If you guys don't know what I mean, look at the ornaments that you can put in your truck. Look at the stickers that you can put on your truck, like on your fridge. I think this truck has one. I don't have any stickers on it, but... And then one of the paint jobs for the Kenworth W900 literally has the red maple leaf on it. So you tell me that they're not prepared, they haven't been teasing Canada. I mean, it also helps that Mark from SCS is also from Canada. But yeah, it'll be really exciting to see when they come out with all that. That's cool. I like that little statue there. Rain's clearing up. We can open up our windows. almost there. This is different. It's actually kind of cool, and I like that. It's like an old plantation house. Alright, where are we dropping this bad boy? All the way in the back. Right back there. So, we're actually going to turn right here, circle around the building, so we're not doing a blind side back. Nope. Not quite. Right now it's green. Yep. And there we have it. $30 minutes, 151 miles. And we leveled up. Fuel economy, I guess that's the only one. So we are max level now. We only have one delivery left that we need to complete. And we could do that. We could do a heavy haul to Baton Rouge. You know what? We're going to do that. We're going to do that one. But that one is going to be in the next video. Let's go ahead and select it. And why don't we find our trailer real quick? I think we found a trailer. It's right over there. That's a big piece of machinery. It's not too, actually it's not that big. We've hauled heavier. Just go ahead and hook it up. Just had to drop our bags. Alright. That's our trailer. Should we do a tug test? Let's do a tug test. Oh yeah, she ain't going nowhere. Alright, let's go ahead and connect everything. Alright. So that's going to be it for this video. Be sure to stay tuned for the next one, because we're going to be hauling this, what is it, crawler tractor, 55,000 pounds, to Baton Rouge. That'll be our last delivery here for the event, but it's not going to be our last delivery here in Louisiana, because after that we'll be taking a load to New Orleans, Louisiana, to finish up the event. So be sure to stay tuned for that video coming out tomorrow. I want to thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you are not already subscribed, because we are 15 subscribers away from 1,000. I don't know what I'm planning on doing once we hit 1,000, but I can tell you I've been doing some stuff in the background. We're looking at a lot of different stuff coming out here as far as the channel-wise. Looking at a possible rebranding of the channel, keeping the same name, but everything else will be changing. So, that being said, I want to thank you all for watching again, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video.